I made it. I made it. Oh, man. Yo, rough start to the morning. I'm sorry. That is a really good clip, dude. That is a really good clip. Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, Wick? Oh, man. Dude, I am having one of those mornings, man. Like, I am flipping just turtle slow this morning, dude. I can't get going, dude. I don't know what's going on, you know. It's okay though. Shredder's like, just keep going, dude. I got it. Shredder, I found an old Shredder figurine, dude. Going through a bunch of old crap. Shredder's with us now. We got Shredder, we got Skeletor. Everything's fine. Alright? Everything's fine. What's up, Wick? What are you doing, dude? Hey everybody. Yo, sorry. Bit late this morning, but we're here. We're here. That's what matters. So I apologize. Man, getting going this morning was rough, dude. It was a rough one. All right, so today probably no gaming content again. Probably it's taking us a bit longer to get the schedule done up than expected. I had a good day yesterday though. We got a good chunk of the schedule gunning. Slow bro for sure, dude. We got a good chunk of the schedule made yesterday, and then I was able to go through a bunch of my old gaming stuff. I showed off my old PS2, my Xbox One, a bunch of my old computer games, and still have all the boxes for a lot of my old games, all my old Diablo games, World of Warcraft stuff, some old MechWarrior stuff, things like that. Just a lot of old stuff, man. It was cool. It was fun getting to pop all that stuff. I hadn't looked at a lot of that stuff in a long time. I've got a little bit more somewhere else, but that was a good chunk of it anyways. So that was fun. And today we'll finish up the schedule. That'll be the main part of today's stream. So we're gonna do the news as always, and then I'm gonna jump in there. We will jump in there, and we'll continue with our list of games that's coming out this year for 2020, or games that are at least slated for 2023. And then we'll look at all of the kind of games that we have in the backlog of our library. Games we didn't get played last year that we want to play. Anything anybody else wants to contribute in the community as far as what you want to see me play, what we want to play together, things like that. And we'll start working on slotting games into the actual Google Doc I have created for our schedule. Cool. On that note, let's get in here and get going on this video gaming news stuff for January 4th, baby. Let's go. Let's go. This is what we're listening to this morning. Subnautica OST. Cool game, cool OST. Go check it out. Just my personal opinion, but that's what we're listening to this morning. Soundtrack for Subnautica. Cool. Go check it out. Got it. Let's get this news going. All right. Yeah. Well, you can see the three big news articles right in our face, which I end up talking about quite often anytime that Square Enix comes to the forefront of our channel, which is them being heavily aimed towards Web3, blockchain, NFT mechanics for their development moving forward. They've been very public, very vocal about it, and they are staying committed to that pivot. So it is very worrying to me. I'm not a fan of it in the first place, and specifically for Square, they have some very iconic titles. One of my favorites, Final Fantasy. They've got a lot. Kingdom Hearts. They've got all kinds of very notable IPs, long running series in the gaming industry that I'm afraid are going to get destroyed by what they try to do with this, because my feelings on this is that most developers are not taking a focus on any kind of dive into Web3, NFT, blockchain kind of incorporations in a mutually beneficial way for both the gamer and the developer. It's usually just something that is very lucrative for the developer, and it is actually ends up taking a toll on the experience for us as the gamer, the consumer, the gaming enthusiast. So that's why I'm worried about it. That's all I'm going to say. We've talked enough about this. I'm not going to keep going on it. So let's do that. Past 24 hours, let's go. We saw this yesterday in the NVIDIA. We watched just the first part of the NVIDIA showcase. Saw some of their gaming stuff. We did see that they're bringing the RTX 4080 to GeForce Now. So I think anybody that's already bought into their high tier subscription for that service that was currently getting the 3080 will automatically be into the 4080. That tier just gets bumped up now that there's a new GPU for that tier. So we kind of saw that yesterday. What is this? Starfield release window has been confirmed. Okay, take a look at that. Game Pass to lose 5 games this January. I think we kind of hit on this yesterday. Yeah. If you didn't see this yesterday, just so you know, Danganronpa, Nobody Saves the World, Paparazzi, the Anacrusis, and Windjammers 2 are done. This January, what is the official date? January 15th. These are gone on January 15th for Game Pass, okay? We hit on it yesterday as well, but there you go. Wizards of the Coast reportedly cancels 5 video games, probably in development, game projects. Take a peek at that. That's kind of cool. Um, Govy unveils AI gaming sync box kit. Govy does a lot of LED lighting stuff. Here's what I'll say though. This is cool. But dude, my lights back here in the background are Govy. And it took me about a month and a half of having these up before I started having sections of these lights fail. So I'll take a read at this real quick, but I'm going to warn people about their lights. I'm using 2 different strips too, and each strip did it. So let's read about it, see what they're coming out with that could be cool for lighting and stuff for gaming. That's kind of a neat thing. But as far as using actual Govy light strips, I would probably advise people to go with something else if possible, because I haven't had a good experience. There we go. There we go. Oh, man. Looks like we've got a Nintendo Direct coming soon. Okay. PlayStation Plus games for January. Let's take a look at that. I don't know if we've hit on that yet. I think so, but let's be sure. We talked about that. I'm not going to hit on it anymore. That ban feels deserved to me. Okay. Sony could finally compete with Xbox Game Pass streaming. Thanks to a patent. Let's read about this. Let's see. I'll tell you right up front, I do not think that Sony's platform for subscription service will ever be on par. Gamer, what's up, buddy? I don't think that Sony's PS Plus subscription service will ever be on par with Game Pass until Sony commits to actually, at least in some capacity, releasing proprietary games for PlayStation on that service day one, just like Microsoft does. I really don't see it, but that's my personal opinion. And we'll see what they've got with this new patent coming out, okay? See what this is. Oh, dude, we got some Pixel Bob in rando mode. Let's go. Oh, no, dude. Rando mode, go. Skylanders rumor claims remaster collection coming soon, huh? Take a peek at that. Go look at our other search. I don't think this is worth diving into. Federal Trade Commission says there are currently no substantive settlement talks with Microsoft over Activision bill. Since the FTC said kind of roadblocked this deal and said, no, we can't let this happen right now. We need to investigate this further. Microsoft has basically been able to come to a deal with Nintendo to make sure that Call of Duty will be on Nintendo platforms for the next 10 years. And they've offered the same exact thing to Sony, which Sony initially shut down an extension. They've already got Call of Duty for the next 3 years, roughly, but they shot down an extension. Then Nintendo bought into a contract under the circumstances of the Activision Blizzard deal going through for Microsoft, and they offered the something similar to Sony, but it looks like the FTC is still holding fast on this this block here. So I don't think it's worth diving into that any more of that right now. We'll just keep pushing. Embracer Group has spent $2 million on its Video game preservation archive. Cool. Let's take a look at that. System Shock has got a March 2023 release window now. Huh. Okay. Free games lineup for Amazon Prime for this month. I don't know if we've seen this yet. Let's take a look. Just make sure. Yeah, dude. This isn't necessarily video gaming news, but you know, F's in chat for Ken Block. If you don't know who Ken Block is, this is a renowned individual that started the DC skateboarding and clothing company way back in the day. I still actually, I've got a couple of sweaters, DC sweaters I still rock. You'll see them. They're kind of subtle. They're these blue sweaters I'll wear on stream every once in a while. They've got a real subtle DC logo on them. Ken Block started the DC company back in the day. He ended up selling it and then got into more motorsports stuff. A lot of rally stuff, drifting kind of motorsports, and he passed I don't know, couple days ago roughly in a snowmobile accident. So a pioneer, dude, for a lot of different kinds of sports and things like that. So heart and thoughts go out to individuals that are having a tough time dealing with that loss, friends and family of his. Steam Award winners announced. Let's take a look at this. Seen that. World of Assassination will roll all three Hitman games into one mega bloodbath. Interesting. Let's take a look. We've already got something up on this. We got this up. New PS5 console could be announced very soon. Interesting. So I figured something out last night as well. So I was getting a lot of my old gaming stuff put back up, and it had been a long time. I have my PS3 actually hooked up right now. It's connected, and I had a lot of I had old PS1 and PS2 games out, and it had been so long since I tried to run either of those on my PS3. I was like, let's take a try at this, right? Because the original PS3s were supposed to be able to run PS2 and PS1 games. So there's a caveat there, though. The fine print being it was, if I remember correctly, this was after doing a little bit of research last night. 20 gig and 60 gig versions of the PS3, the original PS3, the big fat boy PS3, are able to run both PS2 and PS1 games. The backwards compatibility is there. Now, even if you have a Model 1, one of the first edition PS3s that came out, a big boy, if it's an 80 gig version, originally an 80 gig version, it will no longer run PS2 games. The reason being, apparently, the 20 gig and 60 gig versions were actually developed with a hardware chip, a PS2 chip inside of them for the emulation, right? But the 80 gig was released with a software emulator in it. Well, what Sony did was patched it out. So, at some point in the life cycle of the PS3, Sony decided to patch out that software emulation of the PS3 backwards compatibility, the PS2 backwards compatibility in the PS3 of the 80 gig version, which is the version that I have. So my PS3 will play PS1 games, but it will not play PS2 games anymore because at some point in that life cycle, they patched it out, which is interesting. But if you do have a PS3 that was originally a 20 gig or a 60 gig version, and you could probably look up model numbers and things like that to find out for sure, it'll have a hardware chip in it that does the emulation, the backwards compatibility stuff, that allows it to run the PS2 games. They will all the first editions will run PS1 games, no issues. But there's a bit of a discrepancy there on whether what model of the first editions will run PS2 games. Kind of wild. Elden Ring is officially better than The Witcher 3 and The Last of Us Part 2. This is such a stupid way of saying that. Better is subjective. That is a subjective statement. More successful is probably a better statement because this is just going off of awards. That's it. So, a more award winning game is a better title, not a better. That's a subjective. A better game is a subjective. I would say Elden Ring's better than Witcher 3, in my opinion. Yeah. Uh, both have issues. On PC, at least. But they're talking about how many awards they've won. Does that necessarily make a game better in everybody's eyes? No. Some of these writers need to get their crap together. Oh, we read about this yesterday. Yeah, so the main creative mind director behind Assassin's Creed, the adaptation of Assassin's Creed, is no longer with the show, stating, you know, basically leaving the series development because of geographical difficulties with the show moving, filming from LA to London, if I remember correctly. I don't know. Could just be a front for maybe some other uh, things going on behind the scenes, but I don't know. We read about it yesterday, though. If you want to deep dive, look at yesterday's news segment here on the Twitch channel or on our YouTube page, okay? Payday 3 gets Steam page as developer lists new game. Yeah, we saw this. I'm excited about Payday 3. I loved Payday 2. And I'm really excited about seeing what Payday 3 is going to offer. Switch Pro canceled because what? It could not keep up with competitors? We'll read about that. Let's see what that says. Looks like Fall Guys is doing an Invincible crossover, just so you know. I'm not going to read into that, but it looks like that's coming. Fall Guys is one of those games that's constantly doing crossovers, adding in new skins, cosmetics, things like that. So if you're interested, know that that's coming. It'll be easy to find details on that. We've already seen the Stalker 2 new trailer. All right, let's stick with these. Switch Pro canceled because it could not keep up with competitors. My initial thought is a Switch Pro can't keep up with competitors, but the original Switch can. What? With the recent release of the Steam Deck and the array of features it sports, including 4K graphics, it makes sense that previous fans of handheld console gaming would switch over. Unfortunately, this would also mean that other handheld consoles like the Switch and PSP handhelds are now up against significant competition in the industry. This is one of the reasons behind the decision to discontinue the production of the Nintendo Switch Pro. It is due to the lack of specs that could be included to better the console. But what will the company do instead? The Switch, released in 2017, has since become outdated. Yes. Not only is the Switch now hitting 6 years old, the hardware in the Switch is even older than that, at over 7 years old. Especially if you compare the device to other products such as the Steam Deck and even cell phones designed specifically for mobile gaming. Because of this, fans are offered an underwhelming gaming experience. The updated OLED version was released in 2021, but a new device would have to be developed if Nintendo is interested in keeping up with the current technology. Why was the Switch Pro canceled? On a podcast called Digital Foundry, John Linneman spoke about the Nintendo Switch Pro and its cancellation. According to the video game enthusiast, he had spoken to multiple sources within the company, gathered that a mid-gen update would be planned for the Switch. After talking to some developers, it was concluded the project was canceled due to the demanding upgrades it would require. This means that fans were right in expecting the Nintendo Switch Pro device, as there was an upgrade in production. Unfortunately, though, after much internal debate, the project was terminated. What direction will Nintendo decide to go instead? There was much speculation surrounding the Switch dock and a DLSS-enabled model wherein fans and tech enthusiasts predicted newer versions. In addition, rumors have been floating around the internet for years wherein it was expected these devices would offer better specs, including more computing power and higher graphics. But after the recent confirmation that the upgraded version of the Switch Pro is canceled, it begs the question of what the company will do instead. On the podcast mentioned above, Linneman confirmed that a new console will be released within 2023 or 2024 with better specs. That is a huge time frame. We're talking 2 years, if Linneman's even correct. And this is saying that's a prediction. He predicted the new Switch would sport the NVIDIA T39 chip. This is speculation, dude. Look. Till we get something official from Nintendo, I would just take all of this as don't put much stock in this. I mean, Switch is a great console. It's a great device. I wonder what the production costs of making the Switch Pro were going to be, which ultimately resulted in them feeling like they needed to cancel it. It wasn't going to be worth it to them. Rather than scrapping it and starting with just trying to develop an entirely new console. We've seen a lot of consoles in the past, like specifically, I mean, right now, look at Xbox has, this isn't in the middle of their life cycle or anything, but they do have the X and the S console. PlayStation usually does like with PS4, they had PS4, and then later on they came out with PS4 Pro. They have PS5. I think we have an article up this morning about the fact that a new PS5 console is going to come out They've already made an upgraded version of the console, not upgrade hardware wise, but it's just a newer version of the console. It's lighter, I think more better at dissipating heat, things like that. But it does look like they're probably rolling out a pro version of the PS5 at some point soon. So it's interesting. I would like to see what exactly happened with Nintendo and them deciding to scrap the Pro and I wonder when this happened too, because again, the Switch is dated for sure. So this is interesting. New PS5 console could be announced very soon. There's a chance that Sony could unveil a new model of its PS5 video game console incredibly soon. For months on end now, reports have been circling about an updated version of the PS5 that will receive some notable changes to the disk drive. While it's not yet known when this new PS5 could be formally announced, assuming that it's real, seems like a new event being held by Sony within the coming day could be one potential venue for such a reveal. Taking place tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. That would be today, I think. Yeah. This is today, taking place today at 7 o'clock our time. So stream will be down then, but we can maybe we'll see what gets unveiled by Sony tomorrow in the news, I'm sure. Sony will be holding a press conference live from CES 2023. For those unaware of CES, Consumer Electronics Show, one of the biggest tech events in the world and takes place each January. This is the same showcase. It's currently underway. We saw NVIDIA, the beginning of NVIDIA's presentation yesterday out of CES. It's one of the biggest tech events in the world. It takes place each January. Sony is annually a big participant at CES, has used this stage to make some important announcements related to PlayStation in the past. As such, if Sony really is prepping to release a new PS5 in the future, it's feasible that the company could opt to give fans a look at this new tech during its showcase. It'll be worth keeping an eye on Sony's CES 2022 presentation. I think that should be 2023 presentation tomorrow. There's no guarantee by any means that a new PS5 will be shown off at this time. The biggest reason that Sony might opt to save this new PS5 announcement for a later date is because, as reports have previously suggested, this updated version of the console isn't supposed to hit store shelves until the back half of this year. With this in mind, it might be a bit too soon for Sony to announce a brand new model of the PS5, especially because doing so might keep some consumers from wanting to buy the current version of the hardware. If anything major does end up coming from this event, though, we'll be sure to keep you updated. Okay. Notable changes to the disk drive. Interesting. More backwards compatibility? We wish. We know better with Sony, right? Embracer Group has spent $2 million on its video game preservation archive. Billion-dollar video games titan has spent $2 million on collecting precious retro games, arcades, and consoles for its game preservation archive. This is awesome. Also collecting old classics in a major effort in video game preservation. A bit ago, the Swedish Embracer Group started its Games Archive initiative. The goal is simple. Embracer wants to amass as many retro consoles, games, arcade cabinets, and other rare industry collectibles as possible. Embracer is mostly known for acquiring dozens of game developers and publishers across all segments and industries, from mobile to board games, but the archive is entirely a passion project. A Yahoo Finance article, Embracer Group CEO Lars Wingfors reveals that the company has spent over $2 million acquiring a treasure trove of irreplaceable video games, consoles, promo banners, and even demo machines from all generations. Embracer's reports frequently mention the archive and feature photos of various systems and old-school retro titles. That's awesome. The archive will continue to grow as Embracer buys up more collectibles in a bid for preservation. Right now, the archive is privately owned and operated by a group of retro enthusiasts led by Swedish YouTuber David Bostrom. However, Embracer has allowed many people to visit the archive, including students and developers. That's really neat. If you guys want to see some of these videos, things like that, read up more on what exactly they have, there is that article. This is really cool, though. Look, Embracer is a titan in the industry, and they really, really, really went heavy last year, too. They bought a lot of different developers. As an example, they bought all the North American Square Enix development studios, many of them in Canada. Along with that, they got the IPs for Tomb Raider, Thief, Deus Ex, all of those, very notable. So they will be the owners of those IPs moving forward. As well as they bought the rights to all the I think the Lord of the Rings Tolkien universe for all the entertainment rights for all that moving forward. Is it all entertainment or is it all just video games? I can't remember, but at the very least, all video game stuff for the Tolkien Lord of the Rings stuff. There's a lot of stuff that they've really got under their belts at this point, just from what they got last year. That's not including everything they already had. And it's cool that they've got to focus on, preserving the history of video gaming as well. This is very important. It has not been nearly as easy for video game preservation as it has been for some of the other entertainment, such as movies, TV shows, things like that. And it's nice to see some businesses have a focus on trying to preserve the history of the world that we love, the industry that we love. System Shock Remake gets March 2023 release window. Here we go. The long in development remake of System Shock will finally be released in March. This news comes by way of Kickstarter update from developer Night Dive Studios, which states the team has picked a few last things to share before our quickly approaching launch window of March 2023. As reported by Video Games Chronicle, this remake, which is set to hit PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC, has had a 2023 release year attached to it for a minute now. But this new Kickstarter update points attention to the game's Steam page, which now features a March 2023 release window. News of this March 2023 release window is great, especially for fans who have kept up with the game's journey through development hell. Here's hoping this release window sticks. In the meantime, read about... Yeah. So, there's a few links in there if you want to take a dive into more about what's going on with System Shock 3. Or the System Shock remake, I mean... Interesting. Okay. Amazon Prime Gaming January 2023 free video game lineup. The Evil Within 2. No way. Far Away 2 and more. Here's how to get them. This is a game we played in our very first Scaretober here in the channel. 2021's Scaretober. The Evil Within 2. This game was a lot of fun. We played The Evil Within 1 and then we went right in and played The Evil Within 2. They were both great. I would love for Tango, the developer, to make The Evil Within 3. What we kind of heard was that their latest game was Ghostwire Tokyo. And it was potentially slated, or it started off early in development to be The Evil Within 3. And kind of morphed into becoming what is now Ghostwire Tokyo. I think there are a lot of people out there that are hopeful that The Evil Within 3 will become a thing sooner rather than later. I loved both of those games, and I would love to play a third one as well, so that'd be great. It's the start of the new year, and it comes with new free games to claim from different platforms. When it comes to Amazon Prime Gaming, fans of horror and whodunit genres will sure be excited with the lineup of free games for the month of January. This month sees games like Tango Gameworks. Like I said, that's the dev. Popular horror title, The Evil Within 2, be available to claim for free. That hit 2017 title allows players to step into the shoes of Detective Sebastian Castellano as he attempts to save his daughter from the ghoulish world of STEM. Nothing says Happy New Year more than new free games. Yeah. Other than that, put your detective cap for games like Beat Cop and Chicken Police. Paint it red. While the former sees you play as a detective framed for murder in a pixelated New York City, the latter is a narrative-driven noir adventure with a complex interrogation system and mystery-solving detective gameplay, which looks like furries will absolutely love. If you're looking for a chill vibe, Lawn Mowing Simulator might fight that bill for you, where you can drive licensed mowers in the great British countryside. Furthermore, puzzle enthusiasts might also want to try out Faraway 2 Jungle Escape, which features complex challenges you need to solve in order to escape. Finally, survive in the outer space as you investigate the reasons that caused your spaceship to crash in Red Ruins Softworks. Breath Edge, dude. Nice. Yo, so there are some instructions on how to claim these games, okay, with Prime Gaming. Here's the deal. These are Prime Gaming free games, right? Trell, what's up, buddy? Yeah, no doubt, dude. That's a lot of the simulator games, man. I've talked about that before. There are a lot of the simulation games. I'm like, dude, I've had to do enough of that in real life. I don't care to do a simulation of it, you know. But I get it. To each their own. So the deal with Amazon Prime Gaming is that you have to have an Amazon Prime subscription, right? Ferret, what's up, buddy? So if you have an Amazon Prime subscription, then you basically just get on Prime Gaming and you can grab not only free games each month, but yo, buddy. And they also do a lot of in-game content. They collaborate with a lot of other developers. Amazon is not only a game developer themselves, but also a publisher too. So you'll see games like Lost Ark, which they're a developer of. You'll get in-game items for Lost Ark. But also they just collaborate with other developers and publishers and stuff to do in-game item giveaways. Like Fall Guys, you can get in-game cosmetics. There are a lot of different titles that League of Legends, stuff like that, you know. So if you have Amazon Prime, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be hopping in there and getting your free games each month and in-game content for any of the games that you do play, you know. They have a desktop app. You can also just get into Prime Gaming through their site, stuff like that, and get your stuff. But if you don't have Prime Gaming, there are ways in which you can do some research and do yourself some research. There are ways you can get a free month or two trial membership of Amazon Prime, which can get you some Prime Gaming freebies for a month or two as well, right? So just keep that in mind. There looks like there's some pretty nice games, specifically The Evil Within 2 and Breath Edge. Breath Edge is a very cool game as well. I know for a fact. I haven't played it yet, but I've seen some stuff. It looks like a very, very cool game. I would love to play this. And Breath Edge, I have played The Evil Within 2. It's amazing. So if you have Prime, go grab your game. All right. Here, I'll throw this in chat as well. There you go, guys. Steam Award winners announced. Steam users voted on their favorite games of 2022 in 11 categories, including Game of the Year, Best Soundtrack, and Most Innovative Gameplay. Wick, Most Innovative Gameplay. We all know who got that, right? We talked about this yesterday. Kitty Parkour, right? Kitty Parkour. It was Pinky, I think, that actually shouted that out. They were like, Pinky was like, wait, what? That game got most innovative gameplay. Like, I haven't played it, so I can't really attest to how innovative the gameplay might be, but it doesn't seem like it would be super innovative, you know? Yeah, I know. I mean, I kind of thought the same thing, but again, yeah, it's hard for me to really uh, comment too heavy on it whenever I haven't played the game, you know? But it doesn't seem like a game that the gameplay would be super innovative. Again, I think a game like maybe just another game that I haven't played but seems incredibly kind of innovative and something that I haven't necessarily seen before is something like Neon White, which is like a card game mashed up with an FPS and a platformer. Uh, it's kind of wild, and it seems like a lot of people have had a lot of fun in that game. It's like a speed running, platforming FPS deck builder kind of game. It seems very innovative, and I don't know. Seems weird. Seems weird that maybe something like Stray, even though Stray is supposed to be amazing, got innovative gameplay. Since the event was introduced in 2016, the Steam Awards have given players the opportunity to vote for games across a range of categories on the popular sales platform. Along with the coveted Game of the Year award, 10 other categories celebrate aspects of game-like soundtracks, visual style, innovation, and developer commitment. Millions of gamers participate in the entire process, from the initial nominations to the final winners, which provides valuable insight into the thoughts of regular consumers instead of leaving the choice up to a small committee of critics. Yeah, right. Yeah. I think that's what people are failing to take a look at critically, probably, is something new and some kind of game that brings something new to the table that people haven't necessarily experienced before. Not that it doesn't, like that whole mashup of, you know, a speed running type platformer FPS with a card building dynamic. Not that those each separately haven't been done before, but those together are very innovative, right? It presents a gameplay dynamic that I don't think I've ever seen be put together into one gameplay experience before. I think that's what that should really be about. You know what I mean? Unsurprisingly, Steam, yeah, right. Yeah. Not that other games hadn't necessarily done a lot of that stuff, but it was definitely innovative for Zelda. Absolutely, yeah. Trell, yep. Unsurprisingly, Steam users decided that From Software's Elden Ring was the game of the year, beating out other nominees: Dying Light 2, God of War. That would be God of War Ragnarok, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and the viral hit indie game Stray. Elden Ring also claimed victory in the category Best Game You Suck At. Also not surprising to anyone that spent many hours last year getting stomped by the game's challenging bosses. Yeah. Yeah, that was me. Yep. I died a lot. Another notable selection was Cyberpunk 2077 as the winner of the for the Labor of Love category, with players impressed by CD Projekt Red's continued support of the game with major updates and bug fixes post-release. Cyberpunk 2077 was also the winner of the Outstanding Story-Rich Game category in 2021's Steam Awards. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga's gameplay earned it a win for the Sit Back and Relax category, as it provided many gamers with some relaxing, low-pressure puzzle solving in a galaxy far, far away. The category saw some stiff competition with games like Slime Rancher 2 and Disney Dreamlight Valley, appealing to players for much the same reason. Despite the games originally being released prior to 2022, the PC ports of Death Stranding and God of War took home the awards for Best Game on the Go and Outstanding Story-Rich Game, respectively. Oh, yeah. Look, dude, God of War, I played when it released on PC. Blew me away, dude. That game was so good. So good, in my opinion. It was just all-encompassing and amazing experience. Many of these award-winning games, including Elden Ring and Death Stranding, along with thousands of others, are still available at impressive discounts for like one more day, by the way, thanks to Steam's Winter Sale, which will continue until January 5th, right? So tomorrow. So there's still some time to see what the fuss is about. Here's the list of awards. Yeah, so I haven't played Ragnarok, But the 2018's God of War, dude, when that ported to PC, not only was it just an incredible experience, but dude, the PC port felt so good. Um, Unfortunately, I feel like that's one of those things to point out nowadays because quite often, games that get ported from one platform to another, whether it be from a console to a PC or from PC to a console, it doesn't always or usually even go real smoothly, right? But dude, God of War, I played on release. When it got ported to PC, we rocked it. And the only issues I had was getting some stuff sorted out in OBS. The game itself, though, was incredible, and it played very smoothly. It looked gorgeous, and it was fantastic. I was so impressed with the port of that game to PC. So, full list of Steam Awards 2022 winners. Game of the Year, Elden Ring. VR Game of the Year, Hitman 3. Labor of Love. We actually have something up about Hitman we're going to hit on in a second. Hitman hit on. Labor of Love, Cyberpunk 2077. Better with Friends, Raft. I've played some Raft with my kids. It's a really cool experience. Outstanding visual style, Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Most innovative gameplay, Stray. Again, that's a bit of a weird play there, you know? What did I play? What did I play it with controller or did I play it with keyboard and mouse? I think I played it with keyboard and mouse, but dude, I can't really. Occasionally, I'll play a game like that with a controller just to kind of chill because I play so many games with keyboard and mouse. Hold on. Uh, dude, where is the hold on. It might show it right here. Let me see. When did I even play that, dude? Does it even show what I played it on? Man. Well, some of them it does show. Some of them it did show. I can't remember, dude. Uh, Honestly, I can't remember if I played it on keyboard and mouse or controller. If I played it on controller, dude, this is what I played it with. If I played it on a controller, that's what I played it with. Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of my play too, Trellis. Like, most of the time, my only issue with these controllers is the bumper buttons are trash, dude. I have to replace the bumper buttons all the time. Bumper buttons in the Xbox core controllers are absolute balls, dude. I have to replace them all the time. And this one's actually dead right now. And I don't play with controller very often, dude. That's how easy they break, man. I have two of them, so I'm okay. I've got two of these controllers, but those things break on me all the time. But yeah, it's not tracked right there, so we'll go back into the. Turning off in the middle of gameplay? Mine never. Are you going wireless with it? And what, I mean, are you talking about, like, is it connected to your PC wireless? Dude, I never go wireless. I'm always connected with a cable. Anytime I play, I'm connected with cable, dude. I'm hardwired in. Yeah, PC. Do you have you updated your controllers? Have you updated them? What I will say is I'm not a fan. You see this? The way Xbox configured these, most USB-C cables don't sit flush in the core controllers. You know what I mean? So this is my tip. This is my tip to you. If you're going to use a cable to keep your controller plugged in, if you ever need to unplug it, don't unplug it from here, because what I've noticed is that it'll end up messing up quite often the plug-in right here. It gets weird. Unplug from the actual USB port from your PC. Um, the more you unplug that, just because of how sketchy that is, with the fact that doesn't sit flush, it ends up messing up these USB C sides of these cables. The more you unplug and plug these in and everything. That's been my experience, anyways. I don't know why Microsoft decided that the place to plug in the port needed to be on a curve. That's so stupid. You can see it. Look at this. You see that? What a stupid idea. Like, who engineered this, you idiots? It's fine on that side, and then there's that much of the stupid connector that sits out. It's because it's curved right there. They're flipping idiots, dude. Unplug from your PC. But that's why, dude, I don't mess with, like, the wireless, really. But it depends on how far away you sit from your PC and everything, too, you know? Everybody's got their own situation. That's my input, anyways. Okay? Micro? Oh, okay. Okay. Word. Yeah. Look, if I'll probably do I've got one of these controllers that needs to have a this again, these are core controllers. The bumper buttons aren't hard to replace, but dude, these break all the time. All the time. So I've got to buy some more right now because this one's broken. It won't depress. And it's all it is this little bitty plastic piece in there that ends up breaking off. But I'll probably replace this one pretty soon, and I'll do it on stream so you guys can see it. Okay? It's easy to fix. It's just like they break all the time. That's the thing that sucks. So it's an easy fix. You basically, all you have to do is pop off these panels right here on the back, right? There's a screw right there. You unscrew that. You pop these panels off on the side. There's 2 screws on each side back here. And this back shell will come off. And then this part pops off right here on top. And the bumper button's just one long plastic piece. So you just unclip it, pull it off, put the new one on, and then reassemble. It's really easy. They break all the time, dude. They're trash. And, I mean, they're cheap. They're not hardy. It's just a pain in the butt. Like, they should have just come up. Here's another thing, though. There's another issue with these. On the triggers, they put these. I'll show you whenever I disassemble these. I might still have one. I think the left side of one of these still has this little strip. They put these little strips of, it's like a black dampener, like spongy kind of substance that they put right where the trigger hits, right? But it's real small. And they put glue on it, dude, to keep it in place. Dude, it ends up, the more you play with a controller and use these triggers, that little sponge piece ends up moving, and your triggers will end up sticking on that glue. It's so stupid. So it's really easy to get underneath them and just pull that piece out because all it does is it makes a different sound. It's just to deaden the sound. That's it. All it does is deaden the sound. So it's like it makes it sound more like a clicky keyboard. You know what I mean when you press the trigger. But you just rip it out, use some isopropyl alcohol and a Q-tip, and remove the glue, and it won't stick anymore. But those are the two main issues I've seen with these controllers. Brother, dude, how are engineers that are creating this crap making that much money? You know what I'm saying? Bring me in, dude. You know what I mean? Bring me in. I'll help design and make these things for half of what those idiot engineers are doing. You know what I mean? Microsoft, hit me up, baby. But yeah, I need to fix this one. I've just got to get the parts in. I'm getting ready to order some parts for it. The bumper buttons, I'm out of bumper buttons right now. So once I get them in, I'll do a short segment on the stream showing you guys how to do it. Cool. Yeah, dude. Yeah. All right, let's get back in this. Yeah, I'll do it. Actually, what I wanted to do was try to get another camera set up so it could focus on my hands, and I could get two different videos going, so you guys could like see me talking, but also see what I'm doing with my hands. So I might try to get that going sometime here pretty soon as well. That way, whenever I fix these, because dude, I do this kind of stuff all the time. I just fixed all my Joy-Cons. I had 4 Joy-Cons that had stick drift. I replaced all the joysticks and my Joy-Cons. I did it with my kids, actually. My kids did really good with it. They helped me do it. I taught them how to do it. So I'm always like fixing stuff like this. I'm not one of those people that like, oh man, my bumper button broke. Time to buy a new controller. I'll find a way to fix it, you know? So I'm all about trying to help people find ways to save their products rather than go dump $50, $60 into a hand cam. Yo, what? What is this, dude? Oh, word. Oh, sick. Yeah, check this. Hold on. Mm. Yeah. Well, I've already got a mount for another camera, and I just kind of want to have one like constantly set up over here, anyways. But yeah, that's a good idea, dude. Thanks, brother. Yeah. That's a good idea. I've been thinking about getting another camera set up over here for a while, anyways. So that was kind of my play. I'd probably just get another Logitech 922 set up over here somewhere, so I have like, because anytime I'm doing anything like fixing, I would rather just have something always ready to go and like have a scene set up for it. You know what I mean? That's kind of what I've been thinking here lately. Um, I've got some of those too, but I would prefer to just like, oh, see, that's another thing. Oh, soldering, dude. Soldering's not hard, brother. Soldering's just something you need to practice with and get comfortable with. But soldering is not a hard thing to do. Very, yeah. I mean, I could even do a little bit of some just like fake soldering stuff if anybody wanted me to one day. We could just do like a repair stream or something, and I could solder stuff up just to show how easy it is. It takes practice to get really good at it, and the better equipment you have, the easier it is. But it doesn't take great equipment to get stuff like that done. You know what I mean? So soldering's not get too mesmerized. Trell be trying to like solder and he just like loses. He just it's like a rabbit hole, dog. He just gets sucked into the shininess. It's like a moth to a flame, dude. That's hilarious, dude. Oh my god, that's funny. Yeah, I'll try to help you guys though. Yeah, I mean, I like trying to help you. I like repairing stuff myself. I like trying to help people out, save money, and not A lot of stuff isn't real difficult to repair. You just got to know what you're doing and be comfortable with doing it. That's a big deal, though, right there. Like the what you're talking about, Ferret, with the NVIDIA stuff. Um, that's what was really good about what Valve did with the Steam Deck was they made the parts. They're not the only company that makes replacement parts, right? They made the parts be. One second. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. So yeah, I know. Sorry, the wife was bouncing to work, dude. I had to go give her a smooch. You know what I mean? Yeah, I didn't have time to be putting on the elevator music. All right, I had to go smooch out. So what was I even talking about, dude? I lost it. I lost it, dude. Yeah, mouse wheel, fix me. What was using your new mouse scrolling clicked? It's just been. Do you not have a button? Because dude, mine has a button that allows that functionality. So it'll just spin now. Free spin, boom, and then there's a button on it that locks it in. You don't have that? You don't have a button on there that actually engages and disengages that feature? It's just a forever it's just a forever free will now, yeah? Left mouse button. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff's not really hard. It's just a matter of knowing how to do it or and there's a lot of good research online too. There's because look, that's the way I've learned how to do a lot of my stuff too. I'm pretty comfortable with doing a lot of repairs myself. This is what I think people need to understand is that if you have something that's broken and you're willing to take the time to repair it, there's the potential. Is there the potential that you might make it worse? Yeah, but if it's broken to the point of where it's not really usable anyways, what are you gonna lose, right? So at the very least, you're going to at least gain a little bit of knowledge about doing some of that kind of repair stuff. You know, uh, you might end up having to still buy another product to replace it with or whatever. But I think that's something for people to consider is if you have something that is broken, that is really, you know, getting you to the point that if it's enough of an inconvenience that it's getting you thinking about buying a replacement, then why not take the time to maybe do a little bit of research, use the old Google machine, see if you can find the same product that other people have had that issue with, because quite often people will have that same issue, and quite often people will have found a fix, right? Um, and see if you can't fix it yourself. And you'll get a little bit of more experience with doing that kind of repair stuff and save yourself a little bit of money in the process. And, you know, but we'll see what we can do about getting some stuff together, do a little bit of some repair streaming stuff in the future. That's what I was saying about the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck, Valve did a really good job, I think, of making it easy for people to get cheap parts. So they're not the only one that make parts, right? And they made it really easy for other companies to make replacement parts for the device. And the replacement of the parts for the device is supposed to be fairly straightforward for users and owners of the device as well. So I think that's a very, very good play on the part of Valve. Not only that, but you don't void the warranty of the device by opening up the console, the case and everything. You can open it up. The warranty's not voided and stuff. You get in there, try to fix things that you need to fix. It's a very cool play on the part of Valve, you know? Whereas like with a core controller, dude, brother, You poke something through that sticker or you remove that sticker, boom, warranty voided. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, you guys suck. Especially when you can't replace like these buttons that break all the time without getting through that sticker. You know what I mean? Come on, Xbox. Crap show, dude. So, I don't know. But yeah, we'll try to get some stream going here in the near future of doing some repair stuff. I'll try to get I've got a soldering iron in storage somewhere. I'll try to grab that out, see if we can't get some soldering stuff going. Just some I'll just get some like electrical wires and stuff, and because I don't know if I have anything specifically that needs to be soldered, but we'll just mess around with some stuff. Cool. I'll fix some controllers and things like that. Yeah, I'll see if I can't find some other things to do. But what do we have here? The awards. The awards. So, bro, am I tripping? Dude, I scrolled so far with the wheel. Most innovative gameplay, Stray. Sorry, we got off track there for a bit. Best game you suck at, Elden Ring. Best soundtrack, look, I beat it, okay? I beat Elden Ring, so yeah, did I suck at it? Yeah, but did I beat it? I absolutely did. So get wrecked, nerds, okay? Yeah, that free spin got me wrecked, dude, no doubt. I blame Trell, dude. It was Trell's fault. He jebaited me into doing a free mouse wheel roll there, dude, and I got real lost. Best soundtrack, FF7 Remake Integrated, sick. Outstanding story-rich game, God of War. Sit back and relax, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. Best game on the go, Death Stranding Director's Cut. Sick. Sick, sick. Yo, Death Stranding. Did you guys grab that game for free? Did you guys get all the free games on Epic while I was gone? Yeah. Yeah, I think I got all of them, dude. Well, hold on. Okay. I just got like my phone just vibrated. I was actually scared I was gonna pull it up and it was gonna be like a picture of Trell in my house or something. And he's like, yeah, I grabbed all. I kept trying to like remind people, especially when like some real notable games were coming out, because we have the Discord, and then the games deals kept getting notifications pushed out for the really good ones. Well, for all the free games, but the really good ones that were coming out, I kept trying to like at everyone for those. Yeah, dude, OA Evil for sure, bro. So hopefully most people got those free games, no doubt. Okay, cool. Well, that's the Steam Awards right there. World of Assassination will roll all three Hitman games into one mega bloodbath. One of the most popular gaming franchises is set to undergo a facelift. IO Interactive has announced it's rolling all three installments of the popular Hitman game franchise into one expansive game as part of a huge relaunch. The game developer announced the news on Tuesday via a blog post explaining that from the end of this month, Hitman 1, 2, and 3 will fuse together into one Hitman installment called Hitman World of Assassination. Taking effect from 26 January, the new singular game will see 47 worlds from across the series rolled into one succinct package. It's a concept that was initially pitched by the game developer in 2015, combining individual games into one ever-expanding world. The popularity of the video game is undeniable, selling over 15 million copies worldwide and attracting over 50 million players as of November of 2021. The news means that from the end of January, buying the individual games will no longer be an option. The two new purchase options will be the World of Assassination for $70 US, or the World of Assassination Deluxe Pack priced at $30 US. Wait, what? That doesn't seem right. I think these prices are wrong. World of Assassination would probably be $30 US, and World of Assassination Deluxe Pack would probably be $70 US. I think they got this backwards. It also suggests that Hitman 1 and 2 are set to be delisted and no longer available as standalone games. The post describes how gamers buying Hitman 3, soon to be renamed World of Assassination, will effectively be getting Hitman 1 and 2 thrown in for free, the developer said. Access through the existing Access Pass system, the developer has ensured those who already purchased Hitman 3 won't be shortchanged. Existing owners will get a free upgrade to Hitman World of Assassination on all platforms, which is useful to know. A bid to streamline the game, the abolition of add-ons, and the condensing of 6 different versions currently available to buy on Steam, the developer hopes will make the world of Hitman a bit easier to navigate. Interesting. Okay. Weird. I think I only played the first Hitman game. I have that free spin wheel on my wireless mouse that I use on my laptop. It's a Logitech mouse. I wonder if it's a feature more towards their line. Ferret, are you talking about like you have the ability to like lock and unlock it? Is that what you mean? Because that's what I have a Logitech mouse too, dude. It's a G Hero. Yeah. I like it. I don't use that feature very often. I like having it locked into where it's a clicky roll, you know. But dude, I have 3 of these. These are like normally I think around $60, $70 mice. But around Black Friday time, you can get these for about $25 to $30. I usually grab one, and I have about 3 of them lying around right now. I enjoy these. I've liked these for a long time, so I just usually end up making sure I have 1 or 2. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense, dude. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, there you go. For lovers of the Hitman stuff. Skylanders rumor claims remaster collection coming soon. Activision's Skylanders franchise used to be hugely successful with the video games and corresponding toys, inspiring a Netflix animated series, comic books, and a ton of merchandise. Skylanders has all but disappeared over the last few years, but it seems that could change in 2023. A poster on the game's subreddit claims they were asked about a Skylanders compilation in a survey from Activision. The game is supposedly releasing in late 2023 and will feature HD remasters of Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, Skylanders Giants, and Skylanders Swap Force. Potential titles for the game are Skylanders Anthology, Portal Pack, and Eons. The Skylanders series, yeah. Most of us know. As with any rumor, readers are advised to take this all with a grain of salt. Worth noting that Activision CEO Bobby Kotick expressed a desire to bring back the series as recently as last January. Bobby Kotick needs to be ousted. I'm so sick of this dude. I don't understand how Bobby Kotick has remained at the top of Activision Blizzard after all the crap came out about these companies. He's like the one person that hasn't been able to be ousted from there that I know of. And he seems like a pretty terrible person from everything that I've found out. I don't know personally, obviously, but I think Bobby Kotick needs to go. That's one of the big things for me about like if Microsoft is able to fulfill the acquisition of purchasing Activision Blizzard, acquiring that dev studio, that business, they've got to get rid of Bobby Kotick first thing. Speaking of Venture Beat, Kotick expressed his hope that Microsoft's production resources would make it easier for the series to return. The Activision CEO blamed the death of the series on crappy alternatives that oversaturated the market. Given the fact that Disney Infinite and LEGO Dimensions are both long dead, Skylanders wouldn't have to worry about similar competitors. Skylanders, yeah. Dude, my kids have a ton of Skylanders, dude. They've got a bunch of them. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Again, grain of salt here. Yeah, word, dude. Yeah. Grain of salt. This isn't official or anything, but we'll see what happens moving forward. Sony could finally compete with Xbox Game Pass streaming thanks to patent. Let's see what this patent says. Okay, but here's my initial thought process here. I really, really don't see Sony ever being able to compete on the same level as Game Pass. I don't see PS Plus being able to compete on the same level as Game Pass until Sony, in some capacity, starts saying some of our PlayStation proprietary games will release on PS Plus day one. Otherwise, I will not ever see that subscription service being on the same level as Game Pass. I just don't see it. But let's see what this patent has to offer. A recently discovered Sony patent describes a new device that could enable cloud gaming services when paired with a streaming stick. This potential streaming device could seemingly eschew the need for a PS5 console. The patent itself, discovered by Very Allied Gaming, shows that the device acts as a pass-through between your TV and streaming sticks of choice. One of the patent's diagrams shows Sony's PS Now streaming service added to the streaming stick's home menu, alongside other options you typically find like movies, music, and so on a Fire TV Stick 4K Max, for instance. However, the patent was initially filed in May of last year, meaning it would have been written before the PS Plus refresh that rolled PS Now into the new tiered service. It's still unclear what the final product will look like, if it'll even be released at all, and what the library of games available to play will consist of. But it's an interesting proposition by Sony that could see it break into the cloud gaming space as much as Xbox Game Pass has. Admittedly, I think Sony's interpretation of a cloud streaming device, as depicted by the above patent, is a little clumsy. Given it's a pass-through device, it will require a streaming stick to be able to be usable at all. Judging by the patent, PlayStation streaming services look to be bolted onto the menu of the streaming stick in use. It'd be great to have an expansive cloud gaming library accessible without needing to own a console, of course, but we don't really know just how extensive the catalog will be. Right now, PS Plus subscribers gaming on PS5 can stream a library of PS4 and PS3 games, as well as legacy consoles such as PS3, PS2, PS1, and PSP. If Sony's pass-through device allows players access to all these games without needing to play on console or PC, then that's genuinely quite laudable. However, I doubt this will be Sony's way of introducing streamable PS5 games, given that just a smattering of the best PS5 games are available to download via PS Plus. Still, if Sony is able to get this device off the ground, it could be a way for the company to gauge interest in something like a genuine PS Plus streaming stick without the need for a pass-through to work properly. And that's something I'd really love to see. Yeah, look, I think that is something any company that is actually very, very, very aimed at some kind of having their own cloud gaming accessibility, cloud gaming platform, ease of access is critical, right? Microsoft has it a bit easier inherently because of Windows. You know what I mean? Which, what was the name of their project they were working on forever? It's been kind of put on the shelf right now, but they had a product they were working on. It was a patent, a prototype. They had a prototype for it. It was going to be a little kind of box that you could use specifically for their cloud gaming. And that's basically the same thing that Sony's trying to do right here. You're seeing more companies try to give people access to cloud gaming, easy access. Samsung's doing it. If you recall, Samsung with specifically the rollout for Samsung was their 2022 TVs, right? Kind of Stadia, yeah. Samsung's done it with a rollout for all their 2022 TVs, and then they were able to take some of their 2021 TVs and incorporate that capability as well. But they've got this capability for their TVs now where you can literally, what is that application called? I can't remember. But you can access specific cloud gaming services like NVIDIA GeForce Now, Xbox's cloud gaming service. There's about, I think, 4 other ones at this point that are part of this accessibility through Samsung TVs, where all you have to do is literally connect a peripheral device for gaming, a controller, if you will, and have some kind of subscription service set up for whatever, like NVIDIA, GeForce Now, or whatever, to access those games. And you can game straight through their TVs. You don't need any other hardware, right? So that's a big play for Samsung, for people to buy into their TVs, because you don't need any other hardware. You're getting their TV, which allows you to also just wirelessly connect controller or hardwire connect controller to a USB port or whatever, and you can cloud game straight through the TV. You don't need any other hardware. This is another thing that it's just an example of what these gaming platforms are also trying to get done, right? Like with this patent right here for Sony, they're just like this Fire Stick. It's like being able to access their cloud gaming, a lot of their cloud gaming content through a small hardware device, where you would be able to just connect a peripheral gaming controller or whatever to that, and boom, you're connecting to their cloud gaming. Same with like that prototype device I was talking about with Microsoft Xbox and connecting to their cloud gaming service. It's that kind of thing, right? Stadia, all of that stuff. So yeah, the subscriptions, I mean, that's the big hurdle, right? So it's but that's where everything's going. I don't think there's any way around it. The industry is changing. And if you I've talked about this a lot before. If you take a look at what happened with, like, back in the day, whenever the internet really started gaining prominence, it got faster, it became more widespread over the globe. What it did with other forms of entertainment and media, especially with, like, say, music, television, movies, things like that, it changed those forms of entertainment, right? You saw physical like stores like Blockbuster or rental stores or whatever, they started dying because of the streaming services, right? And it's actually kind of surprising that it's taken this long for gaming to get to the same point, but it's happening. You know what I mean? And it's no longer are people collecting the kinds of physical libraries that they used to. A lot of our libraries are digital. And with that comes along, subscription services are becoming very prominent. And cloud gaming is part of that as well. So it's really changing the dynamic of the industry and how we access the content that we want to play. It's not, I think for a lot of gamers, it's not real easy. I've got an extensive digital library for my PC gaming, but I'll tell you this about everything that I buy for our Switch is physical, because I still like to have a console around with physical games that I can play, because DRM's a thing. If you can't connect to servers, bro, yeah, exactly. So I think that's the thing. A lot of people don't think about it like that, right? It's not even if just the platform died, but if your internet goes down for some kind of lengthy period of time or whatever, even if you have a lot of games downloaded on Steam, if you can't connect to their servers, you can't play. That's one of the great things about GOG, Good Old Gaming, right? Good Old Gaming is a DRM-free platform. So if you own games through their platform, as long as you have them downloaded and installed already, you don't have to be, unless it's a live service game that requires the internet to play, like a multiplayer game or whatever, you don't have to connect to their servers. If it's downloaded and installed, you're good. So there are different ways to think about this, and And I think it's important for people to have some kind of library somewhere, whether it be a physical at your house or a DRM free thing like on GOG, to make sure that if you're without the internet for a while, you'll still be able to get some gaming in if you know that's what you need to get done and relax and stuff. Because there's always going to be a bit of a caveat there and some, to a lot of the digital library, the cloud gaming, whatever. And the big thing is making sure you have an internet connection, right? So that's just something for people to keep in mind. But it doesn't negate the fact that the industry is changing, right? How long does offline mode last? And what do you mean? Because you can set yourself in offline to make people think you're offline, but what specifically are you getting at, Ferret? You can play Steam content you have downloaded. I think it's different for different games. Well, right. Yeah, I mean, again, DRM is something to look into there, though. I don't know how much of Steam's collection is DRM enabled and how much of it is not, but I know there's at least a good chunk of it that is. Like, there's a difference in just having yourself set in an offline status and actually being disconnected from the internet completely, though, right? So that's a big difference, which I'm sure you probably understand that. But if you were to have like any kind of single player game from Steam installed, single player campaign type game installed, usually you're not going to be able to start that game up because you can't connect to Steam's servers. You know what I'm saying? It will be like, go offline. Well, I would have to look into it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't have a lot of knowledge about exactly what that refers to. If that's actually taking your Steam account totally offline, or if it's just making you go into an offline status so that you don't look online to people. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure. You're totally offline. I would have to look into it. There's a difference between being already in your account and like maybe being able to select that go offline, but it still kind of has you connected to their servers in some capacity, as opposed to not being able to actually even reach Steam at all, though. You know what I'm saying? If you can't reach Steam at all, then it's not going to get you access to your library and stuff like that. I don't know about going into your file system and starting up games and things like that either, but it would make it absolutely harder for sure. You know what I mean? It's one of those things. But we'll see what happens with Sony here. Nintendo Direct coming soon. Metroid Prime news is on the way, guys. Metroid fans are holding out for news on the rumored Metroid Prime trilogy remasters, not to mention Metroid Prime 4. Yeah, I'll have to look into that, Ferret, because I'm not quite sure. I might have to do some sciencing there and see exactly. I can do that. I would just have to try it out because I don't think I haven't ever tried it, but I'll try to look into it. It looks like Nintendo could start 2023 with a bang as rumors of an imminent reveal gather steam. If the latest reports are anything to go by, Nintendo is tipped to making a big Metroid announcement in the coming weeks. The upcoming Nintendo Direct would focus on the Metroid Prime series, including Metroid Prime 4, which has been missing in action since it was announced all the way back in 2017. Um, the news comes from a reliable Nintendo insider Funway6592, who previously leaked Skyward Sword, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, WarioWare, Get It Together, and Splatoon 3. In a post on Reddit, a moderator claims to have received the following teaser from that individual saying, "Do you think everyone is primed and ready?" The message subtly hints at an imminent Metroid Prime announcement, most likely during the next Nintendo Direct event. While Nintendo has already announced the development of Metroid Prime 4, there are rumors that remastered versions of the first 3 Metroid Prime games are coming to Switch. The release of the rumored Metroid Prime trilogy would be the perfect way to prepare for the upcoming sequel, which has experienced a rocky development period. After its initial announcement back in 2017, Metroid Prime 4 was scrapped and handed to a new developer for the following year. Nothing has been shown of the game since, leading to speculation that it may have been canceled. Fortunately, the latest leak suggests otherwise. Indeed, it looks like Nintendo is finally ready to showcase its next big project. As it stands, anybody looking to find out more about Metroid Prime 4 can sign up for updates on the Nintendo website. We'll have to keep our eyes and ears open for when a Nintendo Direct is going to happen. They are not real good about announcing these in well in advance. If you want more, here, take a look. Oh, that's neat. That's good, Ferret. Yeah, I didn't know that. But I think that's one of those things. Again, it's a difference in being. I would still need to science it, but actually engaging that go into offline mode is different than trying to start up Steam and not being able to connect to your account at all. I don't know if there's a difference there. You know what I mean? If you're already connected to your account and then you engage in that go and offline mode, to where it goes, okay, yeah, it might there might be some differences there rather than you not having any kind of internet connection in the first place and trying to start up Steam and it going can't connect to your account, can't connect to your account. You know what I mean? That might be where the DRM stuff for the Steam servers actually kind of gets you. I'm not sure though. It would take some sciencing on my part or some research. We'll have to keep our eyes and ears open for the shh. I'm trying to talk here, buddy. Uh for the Nintendo Direct that's going to be coming. We'll have to see when that's going to happen. Free PlayStation Plus games for January. We've already kind of hit on this, but if you didn't know, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Fallout 76, and Axiom Verge are available to claim right now on PS Plus. Okay? That's your jam. We've talked about it many times. I'm going to go ahead and move on. We've gone a bit long today. But here's the deal. I wanted to hit on this real quick. Govy unveils AI gaming sync box kit at CES 2023. Govy is a manufacturer of a lot of LED lighting products, stuff like that. Govy, the smart home products innovator, has unveiled the first of its kind AI gaming sync box kit, which provides an innovative gaming lighting experience. It was Govy's first AI-powered product at the Consumer Electronics Show 2023, calling it the first to market AI-powered lighting solution for the gaming industry. It was unveiled at Govy's CES experience at Venetian Expo booth 51232. The AI Gaming Sync Box Kit uses proprietary Govy AI technology to learn and identify key on-screen moments during gaming and bring those scenes to life with the help of corresponding real-time lighting effects. This creates an immersive lighting environment, elevating the gaming experience without any effect of external light environment. This eliminates various issues that have persisted lighting kits in the market today, such as low color capture accuracy and slow performance with the help of AI. It ensures that lighting is matching perfectly without any compromise to performance. According to Govy, it's the first HDMI gaming lighting solution capable of 240 Hz refresh rate and real-time content reactive syncing. With a delay time of less than 16 milliseconds, this creates a new standard for immersive gaming experience. Govy AI Gaming Sync Box Kit supports multiple resolutions and refresh rates. 4K 60 Hz, 2K 144 Hz, and 1080p at 240 Hz. It also has support for standard industry technologies such as smart control, HDR, Dolby Vision, CEC, and more. Powered by INT4 14.4 TOPS computing power thanks to AI SoC chips and Govy AI Cogni Glow algorithm, it perfectly provides real-time lighting effects on your game screen with up to 30 customized game lighting effects of each game. Govy AI Gaming Sync Box Kit features 3 HDMI in ports and 1 HDMI out port, fulfilling your requirement even if you have multiple devices connected. I'm going to link this for everybody, for anybody and everybody that might be interested. Here's what I'm going to say though. You see my light strip that I have? This is actually 2 Govy light strips that I have in here. LED light strips. And there are multiple sections of this light strip that have failed. Numerous that have failed. And it's not very old. I just installed it last year. And within, I think, a month to a month and a half of putting this up, I had sections of this light strip that failed. These light strips. So it's not just like I got one faulty. These are 2 light strips of from Govy that I connected together, and they started failing within like a month and a half. I haven't had any more issues with it, but I don't run different colors through it now just because it's so wonky. Yeah. So while this technology sounds really cool, my experience with Govy so far has not been solid. So my advice would be to proceed with caution with this product, with this manufacturer. Okay, Govy is in fact this light strip, and it feels pretty bad, dude. I'll show you. Check it out. Get out of here. Look, this is my controller. Boom. Come on. Okay. Can you? Oh, stop that, dude. Govy, dude. So, I don't know, man. Just to prove to everybody that is, in fact, what I'm using. That's it. And I would just be very, very cautious with their products because I have not had a good. Again, this is not just a single light strip that is having issues. It's 2 that are put together. So I'll link this for you, though, just in case. It sounds cool. But be careful. Wizards of the Coast reportedly cancel 5 video game projects. Wizards of the Coast have reportedly canceled a number of upcoming video game projects. Bloomberg reports that the Hasbro subsidiary has canceled 5 video game projects as a part of an internal shift in strategy. Wizards of the Coast provided a statement to Bloomberg stating that while the Hasbro gaming branch is still committed to using digital games, it has made some changes to our long-term portfolio to focus on games which are strategically aligned with developing our existing brands and those which show promise in expanding or engaging our audience in new ways. Wizards of the Coast had opened several new development studios for video games in recent years, yes, along with strategic purchases of existing publishers like Toot Games. Bloomberg specifically cites independent studios, Other Side Entertainment, and Hidden Path Entertainment as being impacted by these cancellations. Hidden Path was working on a Dungeons & Dragons video game with job postings made for the game as late as September of last year, while Other Side Entertainment was reportedly working on another Dungeons & Dragons game. Less than 15 employees of Wizards of the Coast will also lose their jobs, but Bloomberg states that all will be given the opportunity to apply for other positions within the company. Last year, Hasbro announced a refinement of its brand blueprint business model, which focuses on building various IPs through toys, games, and TVs and movies. Hasbro's business has taken a hit in recent months. While the company touted the Magic the Gathering had become its first billion-dollar brand, its stock price took a hit when a Bank of America analyst wrote a scathing analysis of recent changes to Magic's release strategy, noting that it could impact the long-term viability of the franchise. A follow-up investor call meant to reassure stockholders drew scrutiny when Wizards of the Coast president Cynthia Williams stated that the Dungeons & Dragons brand was under monetized. Interesting. Byzantine! Hello. What's up, buddy? What are you doing, dude? Um, I mean, there haven't been a lot of great games that have come out from Wizards of the Coast as of late, right? So, um, like, I mean, if I remember correctly, Dark Alliance was one, and then there was the Magic the Gathering ARPG game that was a total flop. Waiting to start work, bro. Just call in. It's fine. Just call in. I approve. I approved it. Let them know. Um, this was the big thing I wanted to see here. Starfield release date window has been confirmed. This is the last article I have for the morning, by the way. Um, if anybody has anything to add, let me know. We'll discuss it before we move on to hopefully completing, for the most part, anyways, our tentative 2023 gaming schedule. Okay, so probably not a whole lot, if any, gaming content again today. We're just going to be focusing on trying to get this schedule done. Okay, it's important. We've got a lot of stuff to work on figuring out for what we're going to play, when we're going to play it, what's coming out, things like that. We did a lot of it yesterday. We're going to keep pushing with that today, though. Okay. But Starfield release window has been confirmed. Invincible is headed to Fall Guys. We heard about this Invincible to Fall Guys stuff, but Starfield release window. Starfield is slated to release in the first half of 2023. We kind of knew that, but a response to a frequently asked question on Bethesda's support page states that Starfield, their upcoming release, will release in the first half of 2023. The game was previously slated for 2022, but was delayed in 2023. And as we are now in the first half of the year, it is exciting to see a reconfirmation regarding its release window. As for a specific release date, we should hear more in the weeks and months ahead. Interestingly, it was recently rumored that Redfall might be getting a May 2023 release date. Redfall is being developed by Arcane Studios, which falls under the old ZeniMax banner now, owned by Microsoft. It is likely that Microsoft will want to put some time between its two biggest releases of the year. So if Starfield does release in the first half, and the rumor is true, it could either release in the next few months or at the end of June. We've kind of hit on that other stuff. So that's the jam. That's the jam. This is still open. That's a time period, you know. Starfield and Redfall, just grain of salt this. They've been delayed already. We're just gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see whenever. I wouldn't put any stock into these releasing at any specific point until we get definitive dates from Microsoft and Bethesda. Okay, I know there are people that are hyped about these. I'm just more anticipating seeing what if Bethesda can actually bring us back to the Bethesda of old. You know what I mean? Some of their more recent titles have, I feel, been slipping from what Bethesda used to be. And I'm hopeful that these titles will get us back to the Bethesda of old. Obviously modern, but the Bethesda that many of us fell in love with. You know what I mean? So we'll see. That's really what I'm anticipating. I'm not necessarily hyped about these games for what they're offering. I'm anticipating seeing what Bethesda can do nowadays. So we will keep our eyes and ears peeled as soon as we get some new information from Microsoft or Bethesda about when these games are definitely going to be releasing. We will know. Okay? That's what I've got. That's the news. Them's the breaks for today, guys. Free games. 1 day left for Dishonored Definitive Edition and Eximus. Tomorrow morning will be Kerbal and Shadow Tactics. Aiko's Choice standalone expansion. Okay, get your free games. Don't forget. That's all I got. We're gonna move on. We're gonna work on our schedule for today. Thanks to everybody that was part of this news segment. Everybody that's part of our community on the constant. You guys rock. Sorry for the late start today, man. I'm just turtle slow, dude. It was a rough go for me getting going this morning, so I do apologize. We were a little bit late getting started, but it's always great. I'm just glad to be back, dude. I had, good time off seeing family and stuff for the holidays, but dude, it's so good to be back. And I'm excited to kind of try to work on getting this schedule finished up so we know what we're going to be playing tentatively for the coming year. Yeah. Again, you guys are amazing. Thanks so much for being a part of this. If anybody's checking out this content as a VOD later on our Twitch channel or on our YouTube channel, and you're enjoying the content, see what you can do about coming and hanging out with myself, the rest of these amazing individuals that are part of this community. Whenever we go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day, we start all of our streams off with video gaming news, and then we jump into whatever gaming content. Normally it'll be gaming content that we have slated for the rest of the day. Okay? Other than that, stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another, and we will catch everybody tomorrow for what should be January 5th edition of Video Gaming News. And I think it'll be day 27? Let me confirm this. I was right. Day 27 of Breath of the Wild. Okay?